Here is a Kmart first gen K223 box fan. I got this on eBay a few weeks back. I believe it's from 1975. This thing, when I bought it, I had noticed something immediately just from looking at the top and everything here. The color, it's in like perfect condition. There is not a single mark anywhere. It's got that nice heavy steel body too. A marking anywhere on there. And of course it's got the usual, it's got the thing for the stands. It's got a made in Mexico Westinghouse motor. I'm not sure if my P23 that I have was made in Mexico or not. The motor, I think that one was actually made in America. But made in Mexico, comes in that Robin's Egg blue that was really popular at the time. It's one of my favorite fan colors. Yeah, like I said, it's a Kmart, but it's a rebranded Lakewood. And that's the box. It's basically the same on both sides. There's not really any difference. And I'm not sure. Looks like this came from a store in Wisconsin. Go ahead and turn it back around. It's got like avocado green. That's an interesting thing. I noticed also, if you guys can see that. It's got like avocado green feet. I'm not sure if that's original, common, uncommon. But I just thought that was a really interesting thing. It's got avocado green feet on there. Well, that thing's basically the same as my second gen K223 blade size. It really is basically the same, except one of the edges is, both edges are rounded instead of just one of them. You can oil both sides of the motor because it's got all the slot holes open, which was something weird that I and a lot of people have noticed about the second gen, why they took that away. But it's good. You know, a lot of people say the Westinghouse motors are noisy. I would say that the low speed on this thing is noisier than on a second gen Macmillan or even a third generation Macmillan liquid box fan. But I can tell you that it's still quieter than like the P23 I have, but that makes sense given that it's got plastic blades. I like that it does have a little bit of motor noise. That second gen K223 I have that comes in the beige, it's got like no motor noise. It's like just all you hear is the sound of the blades moving. But anyway, why don't I give you guys a demonstration of this thing. Here is high. Well, you know, before I start that off too, there's one other thing I could mention. I don't know if you guys saw the so yeah, it's got the same Kmart badge. The handle is different, but it's got the same Kmart badge as my P23 does. It's just, it's got the newer handle, which these handles, I don't think they are, check on that real quick actually. Yeah, these ones they'd already stopped and nailed them in, but they're put in there pretty tightly, and this type of metal that's on here is it's durable. It's as long as you got a strong enough handle, or a strong enough metal on that body, the handle's going to stay in there as long as it's tight enough. But it isn't screwed into the top like the P23, and like I said, the quality's maybe slightly worse, but I mean, not really. These things were awesome. Anyway, here's high. It doesn't really have a startup sound like Macmillans do. It's just weird. My first gen Westinghouse does have a great startup sound. Use medium. Use low. Now I'll give a demonstration of the back of the motor. when I do my comparison with this and the P23. Actually, I might do it with all comparisons with this fan. Here is off. Alrighty, here is the Lakewood P23 with the first gen K223 that I promised. Now there was one thing I did notice. Yeah, I was actually wrong. I apologize for this. No, this Westinghouse was also made in Mexico, so I guess they did. They were making them. I don't know how long Westinghouse, if maybe they had been doing that for a really long time before this or what, but I guess they were making their motors in Mexico at this time. So they're basically, everything's basically the same about that except for the blades, for one, and then of course the top has the riveted screwed-in handle, and it's a way better quality. Not way better, but it's, you know, it's better. But besides that, these two fans are basically the same. We're going to go ahead and do the P23 first this time. You'll see the motor noise if you remember from the other video I did of this thing. It's got a really profound motor noise. Startups now. Also blows a ton more air. The blades, I mean, there's nothing that can be noticed there. They were the best. Medium. Low. Then I'm going to show you the back. Something there. Let's go ahead and zoom in there on that motor. High. Medium, sorry, there's high. Put that back. Turn around one more time so you can see. Absolutely amazing. Spin down time. You can go ahead and turn it off. Okay, we'll start the K223 behind. It still does blow a really good amount of air. These older box fans with bigger blades are still pretty impressive. much quieter, a lot better to sleep with. There's the back. High or medium? Finally off. Now time for the second gen K223. Here we go. Second gen K223. Basically the same size, not as high quality. Yeah, it's a tad bit lighter because of the metal quality. This one looks like at one point it was almost tried to be used as a stand fan, but I don't think it really got much use because it was like new when I got it. Also, top is basically the same. It started using the more modern day for the 80s at least sticker. But yeah, I'm gonna start this one up on high first. You'll notice the low sound is much quieter. Got a cool startup sound too. Medium. Medium is a lot less powerful. Medium is almost low, actually, on this fan. It's on the Kmart, the first gen. Low. There's like no sound. None whatsoever. I have to turn it around. Medium. And on the first gen, I'm not gonna show the back again on this one since I already did it in the last video. You know, I actually disagree, and now that I look at it, the second gen blades are smaller. They are smaller than the first gen. But they still blow a lot of air, especially compared to the third gen banana blades. Those things, that's when it started to go downhill a little bit. This one, it still blows a lot of air. Alright, here's my next one. Another 14-inch Lakewood box fan. Except this one came with its original box. It was labeled when I bought it on eBay, brand new. I don't think that was true. The person never responded back to me when I asked if this thing was brand new. And when there was no picture of the back. When I looked at the back, I noticed that there's a lot of dust on the motor. And though, yeah, I mean, this thing's probably from the 70s. I'm not denying it's possible that it could have just sitting in the box been acquired over that time. But what's weird is that it doesn't have any of its any packaging or anything in it on the inside. No care packet or anything. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the dust, but it's a little bit dusty and it's not super clean either. It does, I'll show this real quick, it's my first shiny sticker box fan. It's got some scratches on it too. It's definitely not brand new. But it dude, this thing out there is it's a good box fan. Thing really is. I love it. It's possible too, I guess this thing could have been from the 80s. But I'm thinking it was probably from the late 70s. I believe it's also got one of the Fasco motors, and I tried today to oil it. So no avail, I could not get off the screws. Most of them are stuck on there pretty good, so I'm gonna have to get a Phillips head screw for my drill and see if I can do it that way. If I'm even able to do something like that, then I can oil it. I think it does need a little bit of oil. I'll clean off the motor and everything. It's got another thing that was a little weird I had asked about too. It's got someone tried a marker or something on it. I don't know what that's all about. It's got the two bars for the motor to stay on, just like the big 20 inches do, and it's got no stand or anything. It's got rubber feet instead of plastic. There we go. Now, why don't we go ahead and turn this thing up on high. There's a little bit of a starting point, but not much. still, those old box fans, man, I'll tell you what, even the little mini ones, they were so good, much better than the mini box fans they started making like in the 90s, maybe later 80s. I guess there's still a few cool ones, but a couple weeks ago I found a Duracraft. I wasn't able to get it in time, but I've been wanting to get a little Duracraft as my next addition. But it's it was a rare one. It had the spinning wheel on it, and it also had like a exhaust, like indoor outdoor kind of option. It was cool. Apparently they're rare, or so the seller says. It's got some motor noise to it. I think this one needs oil more than the other C14X that I have. Oh, there's a spin down time. Check it out. Let's see how long it goes. There doesn't seem to be any surface rust on this one either, which is another thing that's really nice about it. Alrighty, here is my other one I'm showing you. It comes in the beige color, and it's definitely yellow. The grill has yellowed a lot over time. That one does have some surface rust, as I demonstrated before. Pretty much everything is the same, except that one does. It says Lakewood 3-speed, like in bigger letters than the 20-inch ones do, and it's a little more modern. It's not shiny. I think they did still some do the shiny ones back then, shiny stickers, but they had the shiny beige, but they're not as common. Looks like the oil port too is on the top of that one, which is nice. And it's got the rubber feet as well. The other one that I had, the oil ports are on the bottom. It's going to be kind of weird trying to oil it. But they're still easier to oil than the 20-inch ones that you have to pull on the front. Here's how I have this one, though. I think that one was definitely oiled more recently. Medium. Low. So, around the back. Give you guys a demonstration of the set later. Use medium on the motor. Use high on the motor. Off. Yeah, as you can see, look how long it takes for that one to spin down. finally low. I don't know if I did a demonstration on the back of this one before, so we're going to do it this time. I don't think I did though. Alright, so now I'm doing a comparison with the Beige Lakewood C14X, which probably came out around the same time that the Beige Kmart K223 second gen came out. This one, like I don't know if I showed, but it's got all that surface rust. There's some surface rust on the inside as well. It's not in as good a shape. It does also have the yellow grills. This one, the Kmart, it has some yellowing on the grills as well, on the back, just not the front. So anyway, I'm going to start this one up on high first. Well, no, we'll just do the small one. I'm not going to show the motor like I did last time, like before. Where's medium? There's low. Off. I think I might pass on showing the motor sound on the Kmart too, since I mean it's all within this video. But I will show it in the front. Nice. It definitely does blow more air than the 14-inch, but that's not just because it's 20 inches. I mean, they would. I think it blows the equivalent of what a 14-inch blows when it's blown to a 20-inch. It does not blow. The 14-inch does not blow inferior air to the 20-inch. It's just that 20 inches bigger. So here's medium. They do definitely sound very similar. It's just 20 inch has a Macmillan motor and the 14 inch has a Fasco motor. I think the Fascos and the Macmillans sound similar to more similar than the Westinghouses do to those. Of course, but that one's obviously way quieter. and off. So here we have a Toastmaster. It's a Mcgraw Edison Toastmaster comfort box fan, 20 inches. I believe this is from the mid 80s, maybe a little bit older than my 14-inch that I have. Yeah, this is definitely by far, if you take the body as a whole, this is my biggest box fan. It's really roughly about the same size, and it has the, you can put it on a stand. It comes with these interesting feet that go all the way across the bottom of it, and personally I like them. It's just that there was a crack in one of the connectors that goes into the holes on the bottom, and that's messed up, and it does not, the one doesn't always like to stay in. It's got a big, I believe those motors were manufactured by Toastmaster. It's riveted right into the grill, just like my 14-inch. Well, turn it back around. This one, just like my 14-inch as well, also has the top. They're one of those really crappy handles, and the knob is, you know, not super great either. Put that back in there real quick. Alrighty. So here is my mid-80s Mcgraw Edison Toastmaster comfort box fan. That's 20 inches. This thing is definitely the biggest of my box fans. Like I was saying before, I showed you guys the body and everything there in the back. Let's go ahead and give a demonstration. Low on this thing is like a 2.6 amp motor. So it's only the Westinghouse motor box fans that I have are the most powerful that I own at the moment. They're 2.7 amps, but this one seems like it's overall more powerful. It's got, its low is like high on a lot of box fans. The speeds don't seem to switch that drastically either. But anyway, it's an awesome fan. I love it. It's gonna be great in the summer. Here's high. Whoa. Man, those are on here. That thing, it's like a mix between the second gen Lakewood blades and the Lasco deer paddle blades at the time they used to make in the 80s. And it's got like the same, it's like the way it's angled is like similar to what a Lasco was angled at the time. And then it's got the big blades, so it's almost like a better version. If it wasn't for the crappy handle and the knob's not so great either, this thing would be a great fan. And I mean, like the perfect box fan out of all the ones I have in terms of air quality. It might even beat my first gen Kmart that I have on K223. It's possible because this thing is just like, it's freaking awesome. There's enough. Yeah, I don't it's not there. Still, Lakewood is still my favorite of all the box fan companies for sure. But I can tell you, this thing just probably it's like it blows definitely its second place now. It takes second place in air quality next to my P23 Kmart because this thing is. But I still have the Even though I think it's kind of cold that the metal, the yeah, the metal on this thing is made out. It looks like refrigerator metal. I don't know what refrigerators used, what kind of metal they used, but it kind of has that same texture and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a demonstration with my 14-inch Edison Toastmaster. So here is my 14-inch Edison Toastmaster box fan with the 20-inch. I believe the Edison Toastmaster right there that I have is a little newer than the 20-inch. I'm not totally sure though. They both look so vintage, but I still really like how the Edison Toastmaster has the wood grain looking side. The handle again it's crap. It's got it, but it's not good. The knob is not very good. It's a little better than a 20-inch. It's a little bit, no, it's actually a little worse than the 20-inch's knob. But it's got a metal back, and it's got the Toastmaster, the big full size. That's the coolest thing about this fan, I think, is that it's got a full size Toastmaster motor in it, and it's only 14 inches. The 12-inch ones, I think, had the smaller motor, but the Lakewoods, they were built with 14 inches with the smaller Vasco motors, and Toastmaster decided that they were going to try to go for style over quality, which this fan is still great quality. I think the Lakewoods are a little bit better. They were a little more versatile. You could do more with it was easier to oil and maintain. This thing, you got to basically take the front grills, which are for some weird reason on both of these riveted, just like the back ones, and you got to pull the blades off, and then you got to pull the grills out from, I believe, where the blades are, and it's difficult. I mean, I don't know why couldn't they just make they should have put the riveted screws just like they did with on the front. They should have did that on the back, so you could just pull out the whole back and pull the fan out and oil it and whatever. But they didn't do it like that. It's really weird. Neither one of them. They both have the dark colored blades. They're the 5 blades in the 14-inch. The only thing that's kind of a pain on that is that they're so close together that it doesn't blow as much air as you would expect it to. It has the same amount of power as a Lakewood that's 14 inches, but with that big 2.6 amp motor, it's got a 20-inch box fan 2.6 amp motor in it, and it does not. You would think it'd blow a lot more air, but it doesn't. And I think it's because of the blades. They're almost too big. You got the exact opposite problem with the newer box fans. Are just too small. These blades are too big for that size. Can't put this one on a stand, just like a typical a lot of the 14 inches that I have are the same way. There's the fan there. Demonstration of the fan there. Okay, so here I'm going to put that back in there. Why don't we go ahead and start the 14-inch up on high. Pretty noisy too, but too. For whatever reason, like I said, they very lightly engraved the high, medium, and low into the grill, or not into the grill, to the top of the fan. Whereas the Mcgraw Edison 20-inch They just painted it on the top of the knob, which I think is a little bit better. Here's low. Go ahead and turn it around. You see that motor? That thing is. Maybe a little. Oh, let's turn it. It's like full-sized fan motor there. On that little 20-inch, or that little 14-inch thing. You know what? No, am I gonna? There, it's the there. Do medium. High. The body of the fan and everything is a little bit beat up, but overall it's a pretty good fan. It definitely has withstood a lot over the years with these little dents and stuff, but overall this thing is in pretty great shape. Let's go ahead and start this one off on high now, the 20-inch. One thing like I said, I don't really like how I think it's kind of interesting how they did the feet on the bottom. It's neat. It's just that mine, unfortunately, is messed up on the one. Medium. Low. There's the back on that one. It's virtually the same looking motor. I do love this fan though. I think the way they had the metal backs like that. With the plastic bills going in. High speed is definitely higher than most box fans too. I think it's awesome. I don't know if he sold these at Ace Hardware, like the 14-inch ones or not, but that thing's got some power to it. These ones don't seem to be as common as the skinnier banana bladed ones that were skinnier than the Lakewood blades, but you're still good fans. They're awesome. have the camera on, but I am going to cut the part out that I did this on. I had to put some of that Gorilla Glue on the bottom of that thing to keep the one plastic piece in there, because it wasn't going to stay otherwise. Next, I'm going to show, you may have seen it in the background when I had my door open earlier, I'm going to show the Galaxy 4713. I just want to compare it with my other, with the square body. We only have the square body box fan, so I'll go ahead and get that one out. Alrighty, so here we go. Galaxy 4713 from, I believe it's from 91 or 92. This thing was in basically brand new shape, other than the fact that it's missing its feet. It's also got one of those crappy handles that bends out of there and breaks so easily. I'm not sure about those knobs here. They seem to be pretty decent quality. The weird snappy noise always gets me on it. I'm not sure if it's going to break at some point or not. And then it does have that little hole. I'm not sure if you can see it in there, video or not. That's not for oiling or anything. That is just so the motor can breathe or whatever. It is smaller. The body is definitely smaller. It's not as skinny as they make them now, but it is definitely smaller than the Edison. These were manufactured, of course, by Lasco. This comes in the pretty typical gray. It's got the yeah, you see it's got the cool sticker on the top. I've always liked these. These are just the great fans. It gets so dirty so easily. Here is the there's the side. There's the back. It's got a Marco motor in it. This has got a 2.1 amp motor, so not bad. I mean, that's still pretty good. That's awesome. 2.1 amps. And these were definitely, they were starting to make them a little bit cheaper and all compared to the thing. Let's see exactly how. You know, it's not that much skinnier. It is skinnier, but it really isn't that much skinnier than the Edison. The Edison's just a little bigger. I'm going to go ahead and start the Galaxy up on high. There's a little bit of a startup sound. It still has some room between the blades and the grill, unlike the 223 Lakewood I have, like 88 or 89. It does shake a little bit, but not too badly. What's the sound makes? Medium. High. and start up the Edison one last time. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to subscribe.